Hey folks, Quill18 here. Just trying to do something a little bit different today. I really would like to get back into League of Legends a little bit more seriously than I have been. And I'd like to just get back into ranked play and pick up on the metagame again. And I want to be doing these videos a little bit differently, and I'm going to be recording things a little bit differently so that you can actually get my pre-game screen. But before I get into all that, because I haven't been playing much, and nowadays, now you can have like an infinite number of mastery pages, or I don't know if it's infinite, but you can have a lot of mastery pages. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is set myself up for a handful of core champions that I want to play, and I want to make sure to get everything set up really, really well for those guys. That way I'll have everything ready when I get started. So this video is actually just going to be me working on my... Oh, I got a nice little typo there on this one. Working on my Masteries and Rune pages, and I'm going to post it and then try to get some feedback about people, or from people, letting me know what you think about all that, and how do you agree, do you disagree about the different options that I've selected. It just occurred to me that it would be nice to have a little bit of music in the background here, so let's see what I can do about that. And play. I'm going to get a little groove shark, and hopefully that's not too loud. We'll cross our fingers. And, yeah, so I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wipe away all my pages. Yeah. Oh, it's going to ask me for every single one, huh? Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. I'm still sure. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Oops, and that's the last one. So, return these points. And I don't have any points to spend anyway. Okay, now you guys know that I'm very, very partial to support champions, obviously. So I'm going to make sure that I've got a couple pages set up for those guys, and then we'll see what else. First things first, Janna. This is going to be my Janna page. And then at the same time as I'm building these rune pages, I'm really going to be selecting what kind of what kind of summer spells I'm going to be running for that. Now Janna, I really like to go Clairvoyance, called CV, and I'm going to go with Flash. Clairvoyance Flash is going to be my combo for her. Now, obviously, that is going to mean, god damn it, yeah, I can't, yeah, we're going to get a lot of these pop-ups, and unfortunately, I cannot hide that in League of Legends, so we're just going to have to put up with it. I mean, not a ton of pop-ups, but there will probably be a few, depending on, what day of the week I have me making these videos on, and what time. So, Perseverance, yeah, health and mana regeneration. I'm going to go really basic with these and sort of talk about my choices, because a lot of people watching these videos are people who don't know the game very much, and so what I'm going to say here is going to be blindingly obvious to some people, and is going to appear wrong to some people, because I might just be wrong, but we're going to try to explain things for new players. So I like 3 points in Perseverance because the health and mana regeneration really helps during the landing phase. It's just fantastic. And then we need 4 points to go to the next level, so I put 1 point into good hands. Next, I like to max out Awareness. I think it's the more popular pick at this level. There's certainly something to be said about just having more mana. And one of the arguments against Awareness is once you get to level 18, it doesn't help you anymore. But of course, it lets you get to level 18 slightly faster. And, if you can hit level 6 a few seconds earlier and unlock your ultimate a few seconds earlier, sometimes you can gank immediately if that's happened. So that's really good. I'm going to be picking up Greed, which doesn't add up to a lot. It's something like 5 minion kills over a 20-minute game or something like that. It's not a huge amount, but it's only 1 point, and I want to play Janna as a support champion, which means I'm going to be hopefully in a lane with someone who's halfway intelligent, supporting a carry-type person, and I will be just feeding them, letting them get the last hit. So I'm going to need gold where I can. I'll probably grab a gold per 10 item. Apparently only 1, because they don't stack now. Hopefully they stack with Greed. Actually, that's a good question. Do I still have the patch notes up? Fine. Greed. Okay, I don't see anything then about that. Gold per 5 component, Philosopher's Stone, Heart of Gold, Cage's Lucky Pick, Abert's Blade, now unique to itself. Okay, so theoretically it's still stacked with Greed, so that sounds good. And then I'm going to grab 3 points in the Meditation, because more mana regen is really good. It's going to be very handy. Movement speed is always amazing. And we are going to take Blink of an Eye to reduce our Flash cooldown, because we are going to be running Flash. We're also going to be running Clairvoyance. And reducing the cooldown, increasing the duration is pretty nice. It's not as critical. Actually, I really like the increased duration. And then reducing my cooldowns is nice, and we may as well reduce the cooldown of our summoner abilities some more. Now I'm going to go over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to go Archmage. Some people say Archmage, some people say Archmage. I say Archmage usually. Savvy, get a little bit of free AP. It's not going to be tremendously awesome, but it's something. And then 1 point in deadliness, because whatever. And wow, you are an asshole. How do I just block this guy? Gator Boy, you are now ignored. Thank you. Okay. I have a message. Do not disturb recording. Okay. Sorcery. Cooldown reduction on abilities is good. Archaic knowledge for spell penetration is good. Now, I mean, we're not a conventional caster per se if we're going pure support, so it's not really that major, but I don't know. I think it's still the right way to go. So save Masteries. Now, technically, this is not just Jana. This is more like support. Yeah. We'll call it support Clairvoyance Flash. So that works out pretty well. Now, who else might we want to go? Okay, thank you. You're welcome. I wish Do Not Disturb would just not cause those to pop up. Let's see. Create master page. Now, who else? If I'm not playing support, I might be playing a tank. I might be playing Alistair, who I really like. Rammus, yeah. Shen as well. Shen is going to require kind of a different setup from the others, so that doesn't make quite as much sense. So let's make a tanky build. Tank. What are you going to be? Oh, you know what? Maybe this is going to be a tank jungler, right? So, well, we don't have to write jungler. We can go tank, smite, flash. So, this is going to be someone, where are they going to spend their points? If they're tank, I like to go down the defense tree, but there's a lot to be said about the others for a variety of reasons. If anything else, you know, it'd be nice to pick up the smite. The smite improving mastery. I don't know, it's not the end-all and be-all. The flash reduction mastery is really nice, though. Do we go with 21? Can we go 0, 9, 21? It's an idea. It's not quite as tanky as a 0, 21, 9. What does a 9 give us? Well, not much. We can increase our monster buff a little bit. Get the reduced time being dead, which is really nice if you're a tank, because frankly you tend to die a little bit more. Shoot, I really don't know where we want to go for this. I mean, this is the jungle tank. Okay, let's think about this. Jungle tank versus another potential combination. If we're jungling, we need to be able to sustain ourselves when we're being hit by monsters, so let's go defense. So that's going to be more armor. Point of resistance we'll probably want more. Dodge chance is good. Faster after we dodge is good. Blocks damage is good. Even the defensive mastery is pretty good. More health, awesome. Yes, more ability power and attack speed. We need to spend 1 more point somewhere else. This would enable us to take less damage from minions, which helps us jungle. This would improve our magic resistance, which is good in all kinds of situations. That's a really good question, actually. You know, I think I'm gonna go for the easy mode jungling, to be honest. And then, you know, if I'm up against a lot of magic damage, then I'll have to itemize for it. This probably isn't the right thing to do. Okay? Just warning you right off the bat. We're gonna consider this and maybe make some tweaks later on. So let's say we want to go down the utility tree now. Something like this. Definitely more experience points, and then, yeah, I guess slightly longer buffs, not really long buffs. I'm not 100% happy with this. Let's try a different configuration. Now, the funny thing about a jungle Alistair is that they can actually do really, really well as AP. It could be an AP Alistair build. And if we were going an AP Alistair build, then more AP is nice. And we are Smite, so we could just take this, then go down here and just go this way for increased spell penetration. Right. And then where do we go? 21 defense or 21 utility? Shorter cooldowns, more mana, be able to spam our stuff more often. Let's just consider it and see what that looks like. So 3 in good hands, 1 in perseverance, more experience points, good. Longer buffs, good. And then I think we're going to go meditation for mana, although hopefully we have the blue buff most of the time. I don't know if greed makes as much sense, because we should be getting money by hitting the jungle as often as possible. We don't need insight. We could put points into expanded mind instead, but no, I think this will do. We definitely want to move faster, and we do have flash. So we have this, we have to jump another point somewhere, and I guess it could just go into meditation. AP, Alistair, Smite, Flash. Huh. So this works with anyone I want to be kind of tanky that will jungle. So definitely probably a Rammus. Now what if I were to play a Warwick or a Nunu? Does this apply? Or does a Warwick and Nunu type build work better as a 9-21-0? Right, which would give us something like, I guess we'll go crit. Plentiful Bounty. Now here's a question. Would a Nunu Warwick build be going with Cripple maybe, or Exhaust maybe, as opposed to a Flash? Or even an Ignite to do more damage? They might go Ignite, actually. In which case, and I don't think it's worth grabbing this. I think 9 is as much as we want to go, and we want Archaic Knowledge. So let's say this is something like tank, or Warwick, Nunu, Smite, whatever. Armor, resist. I don't even know if waxing at the resist is smart, actually. Let's see. This, that, hit points, this guy. Yeah, no, that's right. We get the same question as before, where to put it in. Let's put in Defense Mastery, Tenacity. Huh. Interesting. I'd really like some feedback on people on this. And I mean, I've looked up plenty of resources on these, but everyone's got a different opinion. And I suppose, you know, if the opinions are that mixed, and I've said this before, if the opinions are this mixed on something, there's probably not a considerable difference between the different options. Alright, so I've got my support build, and I've got my tanky build. The only thing I don't have are carry-type builds. And because what if someone grabs a tank and a support before me, or like a jungler slash tank, because I really think jungle and tank kind of fit together. So what if they both take both those roles beforehand, and then we're left with what? An AD and 2 APs, maybe-ish? Okay, so let's build some sort of AD build. AD, Ignite, Flash is a pretty good common offensive thing for, yeah, which would look something like probably still Archaic Knowledge. Again, the Ignite is really kind of questionable. You can go either way on it, because we're not grabbing a Mastery for it, but that's probably what you want to do. And then I like going 9-0-21. I very rarely go 21-0 something. It doesn't seem very useful to me a lot of the times. Plus, this way you get the Flash cooldown, which is super nice. This way. And spending this point, a lot of times I do go into Expanded Mind, but I'm not sure it's the right way to do it. I could just buff my gold gain a little bit, because why not? It does help. Or the few times when I might be grabbing maybe the red buff, maybe I'm grabbing that if I'm carrying. Yeah, actually that's a pretty good thing. Faster motion, shorter flashes. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll try this. We're not primarily jungling, but we can, as an AD especially, we can grab that red buff really easily and hopefully do a lot of damage. Alright. Save Masteries. And we'll do some sort of AP, probably Ignite, Flash as well. Everyone wants Flash. So this time, definitely going this way, and this time we are still going to go this way. Definitely mana regen, but I think this time we're going to put the extra points directly into Expanded Mind, because usually AP champions can burn through your mana a little bit faster, so maybe this will be just enough to give us an extra nuke or something like that. There we go, so that's a pretty solid set of Masteries. I mean, ideally I'd like some really fine-tuned ones, especially if I was in a pre-made 5-man team with very, very set roles, and then I could have a really fine-tuned page, but I think these are going to work, generally speaking. We'll look at the runes briefly. I don't think I'm going to adjust them. These are my 2 standard rune pages that have been around forever. Magic Pens, so all my red runes are magic penetration. My yellow runes are mana regen per level. And my blue runes are cooldown reduction. And my quintessence runes on all the pages are always Fortitude. I really think the extra health is really key, especially early on. I think it's super, super strong. Here's my armor pen, which is very similar, except it's armor penetration, then mana regen, cooldown, still health. And then I just put together this AP page. Oh, apparently I've forgotten to actually equip my last ability power. There we go. Save that. For the idea of running as like an AP Alistair early on, which is kind of interesting to me. Because, and this is more of a support version of Alistair, you run with lots of AP so that you can heal better. A jungling Alistair, or just a more offensively minded Alistair, may go magic penetration instead, because magic penetration tends to just give you more. But this early AP build is with the healing in mind. But for this, and so this is the only rune page that I'm a little bit at odds with as to whether I should be running these health quintessences, or I don't even know if I've got them tier 3. No, but I've got the points for it. I can go and load these up, or I almost have the points for it with just AP. So yeah, that's a little bit up in the air. I'm not sure which way to go. Right now I do like the health more. I really think it helps. So there you are. Those are my spells, and yeah. And now we're going to go and see what it's like playing some ranked play. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.